You had a baby in a house when you were 13 years old and we can't find you. By the way, where's the baby buried? I asked that question to her. And she said what happened after she gave birth was they called her mom and they said that she's got to go. I said, how do you know the baby was dead? You're telling me they moved you into a room and they induced labor after you said, I don't want to give up my child.
And the kids, we all thought they were this tragic little family. They weren't his. We found the DNA records later.
Hid. Not because I was embarrassed. Not because I didn't want anyone. Yes, we did keep it very private. But it's because it was a moment very sacred. I was growing a human inside of me, my baby. The world that Charlie and I live in is very toxic at times.
If what Candace Owens recently hinted at ends up having any truth behind it, then this situation doesn't just raise questions about Erika Kirk's story. It could completely turn the entire narrative upside down. For months, people followed one version of events, but now that version is being examined from every angle, and the conversation online is heating up fast. Across social media, many viewers have started asking the same uncomfortable question again and again. Some people are wondering whether Erika was ever actually expecting a child at all. And if she truly was, the next question that keeps popping up in discussions is even more controversial. Some commentators are asking whether the child was truly Charlie's. There are also rumors floating around about alleged DNA-related information supposedly circulating privately. None of these claims have been confirmed publicly, but the speculation has been spreading quickly through forums, livestream chats, and comment sections. What used to stay buried in small corners of the internet is now reaching a much wider audience. Before jumping to conclusions though, many critics point to one simple observation. In today's world, especially for public personalities, pregnancy journeys are often documented everywhere. Photos, appearances, casual snapshots, and social media posts. Yet when people look back through Erika's timeline, some claim something feels noticeably missing.
We laugh about this because our dates are so messed up because of babies, meaning there's so many dates to remember.
According to critics, they have not been able to find a clear, candid photo showing her visibly expecting, or a public appearance where a clear baby bump could be seen. And that missing detail is exactly what continues to fuel the online debate. No paparazzi pictures. No casual snapshots from events, no random unfiltered social media moment where people could clearly see it, and that absence stands out even more because Erika built her entire public image around being constantly on camera. For years, she has documented nearly everything.
Story of the woman who raised Erika Kirk. Her mom, Loretta Francevy.
Yeah, that's Erika Kirk getting an ultrasound. There's been a lot of talk about whether or not that woman has really ever been pregnant. Now, I've been pregnant 5 times. The first was a miscarriage, gave birth to 4. So you bet your ass I zoomed in on that ultrasound screen. And this is a close-up of the screen, which led me to do a deep dive into the stages of pregnancy, which I've done, back in the day when I was pregnant, but it's been a while. It's hard to see a lot of detail in that picture. Based on her stomach size and the size of what we can see, it would be safe to presume this is the viability ultrasound, that they determine if there's a heartbeat, which they can do as early as 6 weeks. And this is what it looks like at 6 weeks, and this is what it looks like at 8 weeks. Wanted to compare that to her picture, but I don't have the technology to zoom in on it. I wasted 2 hours, except I learned that at 9 weeks they hiccup. I didn't know that.
She films herself speaking on stages, traveling on airplanes, attending conferences, and sharing updates directly with her audience. Her content style has always been very open and very visible, which is why many viewers say the next part of this story feels difficult to ignore. When Charlie passed away, Erika did not disappear from the public eye. In fact, she did the exact opposite. She picked up the camera almost immediately and began documenting the emotional process. She recorded herself during moments of grief. She even filmed the moment she kissed her husband goodbye. These were deeply personal experiences, and yet they were shared with the public in real time. And this is the contradiction people online keep pointing out. If such painful and emotional moments were openly shared with millions of viewers, why would something like a pregnancy remain completely hidden? That question is exactly what has people debating nonstop. Critics say it feels unusual that pregnancy would be treated as totally private, while grief and heartbreaking farewells were broadcast so quickly for the entire world to see. If privacy was truly the main principle guiding those decisions, then people started asking a simple question. Why would that privacy only apply to one very specific chapter of her life?
Seeing Charlie in an elevator, everything about Charlie is adding up. I cannot get a single person to confirm if they saw Erika who's apparently out and about. I then thought, wouldn't it make sense? She screams in the middle of a parking lot. She screams in the middle of a doctor's office. Everybody kind of knows where they were when Charlie got shot. Okay, if this doctor's office had people in it, there's going to be someone who said, hey, I heard a giant scream at my doctor's office.
That difference is exactly what keeps raising eyebrows across the internet. It's the moment when online investigators and curious viewers began digging deeper into the details surrounding the story. Erika's entire online identity has long been tied to her marriage. Her social media handles literally read Mrs. Erika Kirk, directly connecting her public image to that last name. It's a brand, a label, and part of how millions of viewers recognize her online presence. Because of that, when ultrasound footage later surfaced online, many viewers immediately noticed something that didn't seem to line up. The name visible on the ultrasound reportedly wasn't Erika Kirk. According to people who analyzed the clip, the name shown appeared to be her maiden name, Erika Franza. That small detail instantly sparked discussion across comment sections and forums. Now, to be fair, there could be completely ordinary explanations. It could have been older paperwork, a hospital record that had not yet been updated, or even a simple administrative mix-up. Situations like that happen all the time in medical systems. Still,
Because I know we had a birth plan, and the only thing that went to plan on that birth plan was that we had a child.
That's right.
Everything else
We had a great
went out the window.
We had a great OB. May he rest in peace. Terrible
No,
story.
it's so sad.
when someone publicly presents themselves everywhere as Mrs. Erika Kirk, seeing a different name appear on something as important as an ultrasound quickly caught people's attention, and that wasn't the only detail viewers pointed out. According to those who reviewed the footage closely, Charlie was not present during that particular ultrasound visit. Instead, Erika reportedly attended the appointment with her mother, Lori. On its own, that detail might not mean much at all. Families often accompany loved ones to medical visits, especially during emotional or important moments. But when people combine that observation with the absence of any clear pregnancy photos online, the questions started piling up quickly. Because when there is very little public documentation, even the smallest details suddenly become a major topic of discussion. Then there were several awkward moments that viewers later pulled from older clips. In one conversation, Erika appeared to struggle when trying to remember her wedding anniversary. During another discussion, she seemed unsure while talking about certain dates connected to her children. Moments like that quickly caught the attention of online audiences.
Tracy Martin. Remember, Tracy Martin is Erika's best friend for over 15 years. How close are Erika and Tracy? They've done everything together. Tracy says from Romanian Angels. Erika modeled for her clothing brands.
And before long, they sparked another wave of speculation across social media. There's also a clip from Charlie's podcast that people keep replaying. During that conversation, Erika casually mentioned that her obstetrician was no longer alive. That brief comment left many listeners puzzled, and people immediately started searching for more context behind what she meant. Some viewers felt the remark raised more questions than answers, but the situation became even more intense when Candace Owens recently made a claim that pushed the entire story into a completely different direction. According to Candace, there may be more to the timeline surrounding the day Charlie was shot than what was originally shared publicly. That allegation alone sent the internet into another storm of questions and debates. At the time, Erika explained that she had been at the hospital with her mother receiving treatment that day. That was the version of events many people initially heard.
This is shocking that Tracy's daughter is actually Erika's assistant. I'll put an allegedly there because we've got to confirm that information. But the source knows.
However, according to sources that Candace Owens referenced in recent discussions, the timeline may not be as clear as it first appeared. Those sources claim Erika may have actually been at a hotel suite in Fort Chuka instead. The claim itself has not been confirmed, but it has definitely fueled another surge of speculation online. When this situation first unfolded, Andrew Colbert reportedly tried to support Erika's timeline. He publicly suggested that Erika and Charlie had dinner together the night before the incident. He even shared a photo meant to back up that claim, an image that was reportedly taken by Erika herself. The image showed a hand holding a phone while walking alongside children. At the time, it was presented as a small but important piece of proof. According to the explanation shared back then, the photo showed Erika out with her kids on September 9th around 8:33 a.m. Pacific time, supposedly taking them for a morning walk before heading into the office. The post was meant to show a normal routine and help confirm where she had been that morning. For a while, that image seemed to calm the conversation. Many people accepted it as a simple snapshot of daily life.
Where he was to tell his story, but he also had to include the part where he claims that he saw Erika Kirk the night before, also on Fort Huachuca at Candlewood Inn and Suites, okay?
But now new claims are surfacing that challenge that entire timeline, and the discussion online is heating up again. According to these newer allegations, Erika may not have been with Charlie the night before at all. Instead, some reports suggest she was allegedly spending time with Tracy Martin, a woman who has reportedly been part of Erika's life for more than a decade. That detail has shifted the emotional tone of the entire situation for many observers, because if Erika was not where she originally said she was, people immediately start asking another question. Why give that explanation in the first place? And if she really was with Tracy that night, what exactly was going on? Online observers have pointed to years of photos showing Erika and Tracy spending a lot of time together. Shared vacations, family holidays, and multiple events where they appeared side by side again and again. Tracy appeared in many moments throughout Erika's life. Over the years, photos and posts seem to show her present during vacations, family gatherings, and other personal events. Because of that, many viewers noticed that
I want to see what they did to my husband. And I want to give him a kiss, because I didn't get to give him a kiss this morning.
Tracy was not just an occasional friend, but someone who appeared frequently in Erika's inner circle. There have also been claims circulating online suggesting that Tracy's daughter, McKenna, may have worked as Erika's personal assistant at one point. On its own, that detail might simply reflect a close friendship between families. Many people bring trusted friends or their relatives into professional roles, and situations like that are not unusual. Still, for observers watching everything unfold online, these connections have sparked a completely different set of questions that continue to be debated loudly across forums and comment sections. And this is exactly where the speculation online started getting even louder. At first, many discussions focused on one main theory, that Erika may have used a surrogate during her journey to becoming a parent. That idea had already been circulating quietly in certain online communities for a while. But once people began connecting that theory to the missing pregnancy photos, the confusing ultrasound name, and several moments where timeline details seemed unclear, the conversation started shifting quickly. Suddenly, the speculation was no longer only about surrogacy. Some online commentators began suggesting even more dramatic possibilities.
And Tyler was there.
Tyler Boyer.
Yes, he was there with his wife, his beautiful wife, and his kids. And he came up to me afterwards and he was like, hey, we're starting this, or we have this organization and we're starting in Arizona. Would love for you to be a part of it. And I said, thank you for all the information, but I am moving to Manhattan. And I was like, stay in touch. And we didn't really stay in touch all that much.
Questioning whether someone within Erika's close circle might somehow be connected to the situation. To be clear, these are claims circulating on the internet, and they have not been publicly confirmed. However, that has not stopped online audiences from examining every small detail they can find and sharing their interpretations from their own perspective. As people online kept examining the situation, certain details began lining up in ways that raised more questions. Supporters of different theories say those details could help explain several things that viewers have been puzzled about for a long time. For example, some argue it might explain the absence of visible pregnancy photos. Others say it could also connect to why the ultrasound reportedly showed a different last name. And then there is the question of privacy. Critics point out that while many parts of Erika's life were documented openly for the public to see, the topics surrounding the pregnancy seem to remain extremely private. Those observations have led to an even bigger question that keeps getting debated across the internet. If any of those rumors contained even a small amount of truth, did Charlie know about it at the time? Or was he seeing a completely different version of events compared to what people online are discussing today? These conversations had already been circulating for quite a while in smaller online communities. But recently, the discussion took an even sharper turn when a new name started appearing in the speculation, Tyler Bauer. And this is the moment when, for some observers, the story suddenly stopped feeling vague. The conversation shifted into something far more specific. Because now, the speculation wasn't only about secrecy or surrogacy anymore. It had shifted toward questions surrounding possible biological connections. Some sources circulating online have alleged that Tyler Bauer could potentially be the biological father of Erika's children. Once again, there has been no publicly confirmed evidence proving that claim. Still, the rumor keeps resurfacing in discussions because some commentators believe certain timelines raise questions. According to those discussions, people think the timing of certain events does not fully line up with the public narrative that was originally shared. Because of that, the speculation has continued spreading across forums, podcasts, and comment sections. There have also been reports suggesting that Erika and Charlie's marriage may not have been in the strongest place during that period. Some accounts claim that tension had been quietly building behind the scenes for quite some time. If those descriptions were accurate, it could completely change how many people interpret the events that followed. By that point, according to people discussing the situation online, the idea of separation was no longer just a distant possibility in the background. Instead, some observers believed it was starting to look like a very real outcome that might have been approaching. Supporters of that theory often point to small details they believe hinted at tension inside the marriage. Some claimed Charlie was no longer wearing his wedding ring. Others mentioned rumors that he had been sleeping on the couch at times. There were even critics who pointed out that, according to certain accounts, Erika did not kiss him goodbye the day before everything unfolded. Those small observations may not prove anything on their own, but they are exactly the kinds of details that online audiences continue to debate loudly. Those details might seem small when looked at one by one, but once people start lining them up side by side, they begin forming a narrative that many online commentators continue to debate loudly. In the world of internet speculation, even tiny observations can quickly turn into major talking points. Then another moment added even more fuel to the conversation. Erika publicly shared what was described as Charlie's final letter to her. In the message, Charlie reportedly praised Erika and spoke about his deep love for her. The words were emotional, and for some supporters it appeared to be a touching tribute. However, critics immediately started asking a different question. Why would such a deeply private letter be released to the public in the first place? That decision alone sparked a wave of discussion across social media. Some skeptics even went further and began questioning whether the letter could be authentic, although there has been no verified evidence confirming that claim. Still, once the message became public, every sentence began getting analyzed and debated online. And then there is another detail that continues raising eyebrows. Reports have circulated suggesting that Erika may have been at a resort when Charlie was shot, rather than at home or at the previously mentioned location. Those claims remain unconfirmed, but they have definitely intensified the online debate. Those reports remain disputed, but they have continued to fuel speculation across the internet. According to some discussions online, the location Erika initially described has been questioned by various commentators. None of these claims have been officially confirmed, yet they keep the conversation alive as people try to piece together the timeline. If the marriage was already facing tension during that period, some observers immediately begin asking another question. What exactly did Charlie know at the time? Because if Tyler Bauer had introduced Erika to Charlie years earlier, and if rumors about past connections between them were accurate, some people believe that detail could reshape how the timeline is understood. This is the point where the speculation online becomes even more intense. Certain commentators argue that if private conversations about DNA or biological parentage ever happened behind closed doors, it could dramatically change how many people interpret the entire situation. To be clear, there is currently no publicly confirmed DNA report supporting those claims. Still, the idea continues circulating in online discussions. Meanwhile, Candace Owens recently hinted in her series Ride of Charlie that she may have information that could challenge Erika's public image as the ideal political spouse. According to Candace, the next reveal in her investigation might shift how people view the entire story. One detail that keeps drawing attention is how Tyler Bauer's name appears at multiple points in the timeline. Some observers say his name shows up in conversations about Erika and Charlie's early connections during their marriage, and now again in discussions about how everything may have unraveled. When the same name appears across different chapters of a story like this, people naturally start paying closer attention, whether those patterns turn out to mean something significant or nothing at all. Tyler Bauer's name continues to appear in the middle of a narrative that many online observers say they simply cannot ignore. And that is exactly why the speculation refuses to disappear. Even after all this time, the same questions keep hanging in the air, and people online continue debating them from every angle. One of the biggest questions people keep bringing up is simple but powerful. Why was Erika reportedly not with Charlie the night before the shooting? Some discussions suggest she may have been with Tracy that evening, while others believe there could be another explanation that has not been fully clarified yet. Because the timeline still feels unclear to some observers, the conversation keeps resurfacing again and again. Then there are the rumors surrounding Tracy herself. Online debates continue about how significant her role may have been in Erika's life. Some people say the photos and shared moments simply show a long-term friendship between two close companions. Others speculate about different possibilities entirely. At this point, many of these ideas remain theories circulating online, but they continue to spark strong reactions from viewers who have been following the story closely. Now we want to hear from you. What do you think about everything that has been discussed here? Do you believe these connections are just coincidences, or do you think there are still unanswered questions that deserve a closer look? Drop your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you found this breakdown interesting, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone else who has been following the story. Also check out the next video on your screen, because this situation only gets even wilder from here.